You enter a swing trade. The setup looks perfect. Then a sudden intraday spike knocks you out, only for the market to immediately reverse back. Many traders rely on the daily volume-weighted average price, or VWAP, to filter out this exact kind of noise. And for day traders, it works. But if you're holding positions for days or weeks, the standard daily VWAP has a fatal flaw. This graph illustrates the problem. The daily VWAP resets. At the close of every session, the simulation wipes clean and starts from scratch. This constant resetting creates a fractured view. You get a series of disjointed, disconnected lines that fail to capture broader momentum. Because you're relying on an indicator that only remembers the last few hours of trading, you end up getting shaken out of perfectly good setups by meaningless short-term volatility. Applying a daily indicator to a multi-day swing trade is like using a microscope when you need a telescope. You end up staring at the dust, completely blind to the horizon. To fix this, we have to pull back and change the math. We need an indicator that doesn't suffer from daily amnesia. That's where the multi-day VWAP comes in. Instead of restarting every morning, it runs a rolling calculation over a sustained period, typically 5, 10, or 20 sessions. It continuously takes the total value traded, meaning the price multiplied by volume, and divides it by total volume over that entire multi-day window. When applied to a chart, the fractured, resetting daily steps disappear, replaced by a single, uninterrupted path. This line represents true fair value over time. It shows exactly where the heaviest volume of capital has changed hands, revealing institutional footprints. Applying this to the Forex market requires a small adjustment. Because Forex is decentralized, there is no central exchange to give us an absolute global volume count. To solve this, we use proxy data. Volume from currency futures contracts traded on major exchanges, like the CME group shown here, provides a highly accurate sample for measuring relative spikes in market activity. By feeding this continuous proxy volume into the multi-day calculation, you generate a mathematical map of exactly where the big money has been positioning itself over the past week. This chart shows how to read that map. If the price is consistently trading above this upward-sloping multi-day VWAP line, buyers are actively defending the trend. Conversely, if the price is trapped beneath a descending line, sellers are firmly in control. Markets rarely move in a straight line forever. Prices inevitably snap back toward their average value, known as mean reversion. Look at what happens as the asset pulls back. It drops down and physically touches the rising multi-day VWAP, testing the average price. These touch points are high-probability entry zones. They act as dynamic support, allowing you to buy into an established trend at a mathematically logical price. However, this line is a zone of probability, not a concrete wall. A simple touch of the VWAP is never enough reason to enter a trade completely blind. To filter out false signals, we need confluence, combining the multi-day VWAP with independent technical analysis to confirm the setup. The price pulls back to the 10-day VWAP, perfectly aligning with a major horizontal support level from the previous week. This creates a highly validated hot zone. Right at the intersection, a bullish hammer candlestick forms, proving buyers are stepping in. Even with high probability setups, a complete system requires an objective way to manage risk and place your stop loss without letting emotion take over. To do this, we use the average true range, or ATR. By placing your stop a specific distance below the VWAP based on the asset's current ATR, you give the trade enough breathing room to survive normal market volatility while strictly capping your downside. Trading with a real edge means abandoning reactive intraday guesses and structuring your decisions around sustained multi-day data. Stop letting the daily reset blind your analysis. Open an NX1 account today and use the FXNX charting platform to map the true trend with multi-day VWAP.